Have you ever wondered what lessons self-development taught you? Today I will share 8 lessons that I've learned through this self-improvement journey. Hi everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel, Monvie. So let's get started. Most of the things you can learn by yourself. It's absolutely possible. We have internet, we have access to the endless amount of information. The main thing is that how do you use all of this information? You don't need money, you don't need a person who will teach you something. Of course, it always depends on your goal and on the difficulty of something, but overall, you can learn almost everything by yourself. I've always thought that for getting that nice body shape, you need to go to the gym, and most importantly, you need to work out with your trainer. But I've done all of this on my own at home. Did I get my nice body shape? Yeah, I did, just with consistency. The same thing with language. I could never imagine that I would learn Spanish or Turkish on my own. It seemed impossible for me because everyone around me was telling me that there is only one way. You need to take courses or to find a tutor. And I'm not even saying that because of these techniques on these courses and at school, I really hated learning languages. At that moment, when you understand that you can do everything, you can learn everything on your own, you're unstoppable. For most of the people, it's just another excuse. But for you, it can be an opportunity. You know those people who know so many things and other people just ask them, how did you learn that? What courses did you take? And they just answer, you know what? I just watched several videos on YouTube and by this I learned this. So yeah, there is nothing magical in this. You can do that easily. Just open YouTube and find videos because there are plenty of videos on each topic. Don't try to change and save others. Even if they are your best friends or family members, it's not your responsibility to change them. Not everyone wants changes in his life, and for most of people, it's okay to live this kind of life, even though they complain about it every single day. A person can change only when she has a desire to do that, and it's not your responsibility to convince someone to change. Like, you'd better care about your life. As you grow, you get more experience, more knowledge, you notice how poor other people live, all the bad habits that they have, how they could become millionaires and all this stuff. As it's always easier to analyze from this side when you don't know the whole story. But isn't that logical to direct all of this energy on yourself? So self-development taught me to focus on my goals and changes. And even when I wanna give advice to someone because I really notice something that you should change this, I will not give that advice unless someone will ask me for that. You can think about something, you can judge someone, but you can do that in your head because actually no one needs your opinion. Even though it can seem that, oh, like he's my friend, maybe he wants me to say something about this. No, if he doesn't ask you to give him advice, he doesn't need your opinion. Just because you have an opinion, it doesn't mean that you need to share it. And also, don't look at others like you're better than them just because you're into self-development. They are also people, even though they don't know about self-development. They just don't know something that you do, and it works vice versa. They know something that you don't know, and maybe you don't even need to know that. Self-development doesn't make you the best and the wisest person in the world. You just explore new things, get to know yourself better. You do all of this for yourself, not for others, and furthermore to compare yourself to others. Don't look for solutions to non-existent problems. In other words, it can be said as all knowledge has its own time. What do I mean by this? You need to learn those things that are relevant for you now, not in 5 years, in decades. Learning for future is just a waste of time because you will forget it anyway, but you spend time on that. You have a problem now and you need a solution, so you look for this solution right now. If this problem is in the future, it doesn't even exist, So why do you pay your attention to that? For example, reading books for future. You saw a really interesting book about business and you decided to read it. But if you're not going to start a business in a couple of months, this book will not serve you at all. Or books about relationships when a person is single. What's the reason of that? Of course, you can read something for fun, but in this context, I'm talking about that situation when you're trying to take something from these books, and after reading this book, you complain, why didn't you remember anything? Of course you didn't, because you didn't have such a goal, you didn't have a problem, so for what? Your brain doesn't prioritize this information because you don't have such a problem right now. So solve problems that you have right now and live in the present. The way you learn something matters. You can enjoy everything that you learn, even the most boring things. You can do that with fun because it's not about what you learn, it's about how do you learn it, and it works vice versa as well. If you choose a very interesting subject but you found really boring methods, you will give up even on that. Personally, I've learned this lesson with languages. At school, I didn't like the way we were taught. That's why I didn't like learning languages at all. Not only languages. I can say that my period at school, overall, I didn't like it because it was so boring. Learning all this boring stuff, doing home tasks. The only great thing I can say about school is classmates, is people. When I found the ways that I like, for example, watching movies, listening to music, speaking with people, I really fell in love with languages. School is more theoretical, and this is the reason why it's so tedious. For instance, grammar. How everyone hates it, but if you find an interesting way to do that, you will actually enjoy learning grammar. It's not that impossible. That's why I promote this idea of individual approach. Not everyone will like your way of studying or teaching. That's why school really sucks at this. No one really cares about your knowledge. Did you really understand something, or do you even need this information? When you learn by yourself, you have more freedom. You can choose whatever method that you like. You can create your own structure, you can create your own schedule, and you don't have anyone that will force you to learn unnecessary things or overall force you, because when you do that on your own, you feel that, okay, like today I don't want to do this and I will not do that. But at school, whether you want that or not, you will do that. Yeah, like if we will analyze the situation with school, we just sit there for 6 hours. How much information you can really remember for these 6 hours? Okay, information only from the first lesson and that's all. Don't share your plans and goals with others. Sometimes it's so tempting to share with other people our future goals to get this feeling of approval or just to ask an opinion of others, whether you need to do something or not. But eventually, by sharing your goals, you will never actually achieve them, because when you share your goals, you feel that you already achieved them as you shared this energy. And it doesn't even matter whether others are genuinely happy for you or they just criticize you, because your goals don't align with their expectations. It can be your friend, a family member. You never know what others think about you. So don't ruin your goals just by sharing them with others. Or for instance, I don't like when other people ask me about my future plans. What are you going to do in the future? It's none of your business, okay? Now I can think that I will do this in the future, but in a year, everything can change. But this person will remind me of this for the rest of my life. So isn't that easy just to keep it to yourself? Especially what irritates me the most is when this person starts to evaluate your goal and compare it to her inner beliefs and values, saying that, oh, you know what, I don't think that it will work, it's better to find something better. You know, I care about you, that's why I give you all of these advices that you didn't even ask me for. But we are all different, and if you're unsure in this, I can be completely against it, and I will not argue with you, because what's the sense of it? You have your opinion, I have mine, and we are both okay with that. So now when someone asks me about my future plans, I can just skip this this topic or talk about things that I've already achieved. How am I going to improve them and all this stuff. So yeah, other people will sleep better without knowing your future goals, and you will sleep better as well because you will think, yeah, I had this goal but no one knows about it, so that's why I can do whatever I want, I can achieve how I want, when I want, I can change my mind. It's not that uncommon. Do every day something that you like. So many people forget about their hobbies when they have a job or even during studying because they have so many duties that they don't even think that it's possible to find time for something that they like. But how's that possible to live a life and don't do something that brings you pleasure at least once per day? We live now and we need to enjoy our life, specifically now. It's just a matter of priorities. If you have a very busy schedule, you will find time for something that you like no matter what. I found out a lot of hobbies thanks to self-development, doing sports, learning languages, reading books, and I spend time on them daily because they are already a part of my life. It can be something small but important thing for you that will cheer you up. Without hobbies, you will not be able to find something interesting, something enjoyable in your life. You will just go through your day, complete all of your tasks, all of your duties, and yeah, like at the end of the day, you realize that actually you didn't do anything that you like because you were so busy just completing all of these tasks. We often tend to make excuses that, oh, you know what, I didn't spend time on something that I like just because I have so many duties. I need to do this, I need to do that. It's your life. Why are you making these excuses to yourself? If you don't want to spend time on your hobbies, just say it like this, but you want. So because of that, you just continue coming up with endless excuses, and yeah, at the end of the day, at least you don't feel guilty that you didn't do anything for yourself. You were so busy. Okay, good for you. And many people, they are surprised, like you spent every single day doing something that you like. How dare you name yourself as a busy person? But yes, I am. Being busy is different for everyone. You can be busy by completing that task on your job. Meantime, I can be busy by learning a language. We are all different and we live differently, so you can compare me to yourself. Spending time alone is okay. Self-development, it's mostly your time with yourself. You learn everything by yourself, so you can have a group of support all the time. For some people, it's really difficult. They are afraid of this time alone because firstly, they just don't know what to do. That's why they socialize all the time. Secondly, they are afraid of these thoughts that come to their mind that they are just wasting their time, they don't change anything. But if you will not learn how to spend time alone, it will be really difficult to live overall because you don't have people around in every single moment of your life. Most of the time we spend alone, even though at the beginning it was very unusual for me to spend time alone. I was going to school every single day. I was constantly socializing, and even when I was sitting at home, I was already thinking about next day when I would go to school and talk to people. I was just lost at that moment. Like, how's that possible that I can do something like for myself? I can do something alone without other people? What? No, it's not correct. And that was my mindset long ago. But with experience and self-improvement, I changed my mind and understood that actually it's great. If you know how to spend time alone, it will be like the best because you will use these precious hours for something good for yourself. Of course, you need to socialize. It's important. But at the same time, don't forget about investing in yourself because it will be always the most important. You are the most important person in your life. It's okay to give yourself a break. You don't have to be always motivated and very productive. Work on your goals every every single minute. Don't stop for rest. You will have that rest when you will achieve it, but with every time something new appears and eventually you never have rest. By this, firstly, you will not get results that you really want to get because you will not have enough energy and you will work on this goal just on automatic. And secondly, you will not enjoy the process at all. So what's the sense of it? It's absolutely okay to have some rest if you feel that you need it. It's better to have a constant rest several times per day than to have a week of burnout. When I started my self-development journey, I didn't care about rest at all. I thought that I have to make every single minute of my day very productive and I need to do something. And if I would just sit and stop for a minute, that will mean that, oh, this day is not productive, I'm just wasting my time and I will not achieve my goals and all this stuff. But in time, I realized that I just can't without that. It's like running when you're thirsty and you're just starving. This one idea of self-development that you just need to work hard and only after this you will get what you want. It's wrong because self-development is also about self-care. If you feel that you don't have any energy for this, it's better to take some rest than just forcing yourself to do this, even though you know that like you can't, but you just continue doing that just because you have this false idea in your mind that as long as you do this, you will get results. If you will stop for a minute, you will ruin everything and all of your progress will just go to nowhere just because you decided to take some rest. Isn't that delusional? For example, you have been working out for a year and now you need to take some rest because you just have other plans. So you think, okay, if I will not work out during this period of time, my result, like I will just lose everything that I was building during such a long period of time. But do you think that it works like this? You will not lose all of your results. You will just give you some rest that your body really needs. So it will be only beneficial for you and it goes for everything, not just for sports. That's all for today, guys. If you found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you soon in my next videos. Bye!